Good evening, good afternoon, and good morning, you fantastic people, wherever you are. Welcome to Chibi Reads Reddit. I'm your host, Chibi99. Today's subreddit is r/Am I the Dingus. So sit back, get cozy, grab a drink, and let's read. Am I the dingus for refusing to change my unborn daughter's name? Context: my brother, 34, male, and his girlfriend, 28, female, have been together for 8 months. My brother has admitted that it's already getting a bit rocky and he's debating leaving her. After a few months of trying me, 27 female, and my husband, 28 male, we are pregnant with our first baby. I am 20 weeks along and have been very unsure about a name for our baby girl until 2 weeks ago. At first, we were hesitant about being public about the name, as I know disagreements can occur. I won't lie, it's a pretty basic name, but it's his late grandmother's name and a name I had always liked, so we went with it. Oh boy, I think I know where this is going. Just a bit more context, my husband lost his mom at 8 years old, and his father was never really present, so his grandmother became his caregiver and a massive part of his life. We started dating at 14 and 15, and from the start, I was open about my home life not being the best, and she welcomed me into her home whenever I needed. She was also a massive part in my life and helped me get through my abusive parents, now on better terms, and bullying. So we always had a good relationship, so this wasn't just a name I was going with for my husband, since we both loved the idea of our baby girl to take the name of her great-grandmother and to wear it in honor of her. After we announced the name, my brother's girlfriend flipped. She stated that was her late daughter's name, from a different man, not my brother, so I had no idea that was her name. My brother just informed us her daughter had passed last year and to be careful on those sorts of topics around her, but the name was never brought up. She immediately demanded we change the name and said the baby wouldn't care. I explained it was also in honor of husband's late grandmother, and it had real meaning for us, and we didn't want to change it, but she insisted she couldn't hear her daughter's name, especially not on another child. I understand it must be very hard, but the name has meaning to us, and if I'm being honest, if she was genuinely a part of my family, I may have considered, but my brother wasn't sure if they were forever. I offered for them to come up with a nickname we use around her if she desperately didn't want to hear the name, but she refused and said she doesn't care about whose grandmother is dead. She had it coming! But her daughter still had her whole life ahead of her and called me an inconsiderate cow. My brother broke up with her on the spot, and now all my friends are saying I took it too far, but I really don't see how. So am I the dingus? OP, you are clearly not the dingus. That ex-girlfriend is Delulu, and I'm glad your brother broke up with her, because after that line, I don't care whose grandmother died, she had it coming. Yeah, that's breakup material. So yeah, not the dingus, ex is Delulu. And I'm sorry about your boyfriend's grandma. Am I the dingus for telling my wife that she needs to get over me missing the birth of our daughter? I work in a job where there are certain times that I do not have access to my phone, or I am in the middle of nowhere. These times are well scheduled in advance and basically take up my whole day. There are a ton of safety regulations I have to follow during this time. My wife was pregnant, and at the time, I planned to take her off work near her due date. Unfortunately, she went to labor early, about a month early, and I was on an inspection. I only learned about her going into labor when I got the signal down. By the time I got to the hospital, she had already given birth. This was about half a year ago, and I am an involved father. The issue is every single time we have an argument, she will bring it up, the fact that I missed the birth. It happens almost every single time, from serious arguments to what fast food we should get. Today was my breaking point. We got into an argument about her wanting to change the daycare situation. She wants to change daycares to the one closer to home. I do drop-off and she does pick-up. The only one closer to our home is too expensive, and we cannot afford it. In the middle of the argument, she pulled out I wasn't there for the birth again. I told her she needs to get over that and to stop using it in every freaking argument we have. She called me a jerk and left. Am I the dingus? Sounds like this was building up for quite some time. I'm gonna say this is a 50-50 situation. I mean, yeah, it sucks that you missed the birth of your kid, but you had no cell reception, and if your wife knows that, she shouldn't hang that over your head. So I'm gonna cautiously say not the dingus, but I hope you and your wife get a little bit of therapy done. Am I the dingus for ditching a wedding that I, female 20, was the maid of honor in because the bride, 22 female, tried to set me up with the best man, 28 male? Not the dingus for me instantly, but let's read the story. I was supposed to be the maid of honor at a wedding a few weeks ago. I ended up just leaving and going home to my boyfriend of 6 years after the bride and groom tried to set me up with the best man. When my friend got engaged last year, I was excited for her and even more excited when she asked me to be the maid of honor. As invites went out though, she asked me not to bring my boyfriend to the wedding. I was really upset about that, but my boyfriend talked me down, telling me that weddings are expensive and they were probably just trying to keep the guest list down and they didn't really know him, so it would be fine for me to go without him. That made sense to me, but so I didn't say or do anything after that and just continued with helping as I could as the maid of honor. Nothing else really concerning happened again until a couple of days before the wedding. The bride asked me to give the best man a ride to and from the wedding, which was about a 4-hour drive. I thought it was just part of it as he was a veteran and had his own issues surrounding that, so I gave him a ride up to the Airbnb that we were staying at before the wedding. The whole time, he tried to make conversation that was just weird to me, and I was just not into it and just saying to do my best to be nice. At the Airbnb with everyone, I immediately noticed things were off. All the other bridesmaids had their boyfriends there, and things were really awkward when I found out that I was in the room with the best man. This was pre-planned. The next day before the rehearsal dinner, the bride and groom cornered me in a room to say that the best man was an incredible guy and that I was blowing him off without really giving him a chance. I told him, well, of course I'm not. I have a serious long-term boyfriend, which y'all specifically told me not to bring. Then the bride cut in and told me, well, that really isn't that serious since he hasn't proposed in so long. I argued back that was because we were both still in school. We continued arguing for a little before I finally just said, forget it, I'm going home. I got called all sorts of awful names going out of the room and packed up and left. I got a lot of calls on the way home, which I ignored until my boyfriend called. Apparently, the bride called him and told him that I just left for no reason, and he called to check in on me. I told him everything that happened, and he was kind of dumbstruck by it all. Anyways, after the wedding, I've had the bride, the groom, and a lot of their friends call or message me telling me how horrible of a person I was for just leaving the night before the wedding for no reason, none of which were receptive to my side of things, and starting to worry me that maybe I overreacted just by leaving like that. Anyway, am I the dingus? TLDR, left a wedding because the couple-to-be were mad that I was giving the best man a chance, even though I've been with someone else since I was 14. Edit, I started dating my boyfriend in high school. He's 2 years older than me. My friends don't really know my boyfriend since he doesn't go to the same school as us, and when we do see each other, it's usually halfway between our schools. Abso-freaking-lutely not the dingus! The bride and groom planned this. I know they planned this because I can feel it in the force, and yeah, I think you should ditch that friend because she and her groom wanted to set you up with someone who's like, yeah, this guy's better. We don't need your boyfriend around. So yeah, not the dingus. Ditch them and stay with your boyfriend. Am I the dingus for fulfilling my daughter's birthday wish? My daughter's sweet 16th birthday is this Thursday. She told me several months ago that what she wants more than anything is to see her family together, celebrating her big day. What a sweetheart, right? Yesterday, she reiterated the same sentiment with some additional clarity. She wants to invite her biomom, too. Biomom said this to me with tears pooling up in her eyes. Biomom is BM, by the way. Honestly, I don't even consider that she wanted biomom there until she said it yesterday. Because, well, biomom is a total piece of crap. She has not been in my daughter's life since she was 3 years old, when she told her, I never wanted to be a mother, and left. Since then, she's let my daughter down so much. It breaks my heart to think about how this and her absence in general has affected my daughter. Biomom has never offered any support to us or thanked me for raising her. She just calls once or twice a year and then showers my daughter with gifts in an attempt to buy her love and ease her guilt. But my daughter has seen right through this crap for most of her teen years. She still loves her biomom, and I will never keep her from talking to her biomom when she wants to. There is just so much more I won't get into regarding biomom. Just know that my daughter has learned over time that she cannot rely on her or expect her to follow through with any promises she makes. We are doing just fine without her. Thank you very much. When she said she wanted her bio mom to be at her party, I thought about it and decided I could put my feelings aside and give her this birthday wish. We both know the chances of her mom showing up are about 5%, and my daughter said she doesn't care. She wants to invite her anyway. So I told her it should be okay, but let me talk to my girlfriend, who has been more of a mother figure than bio mom for the time we've been together. I have to give her that credit before going any further. It hasn't been all roses though. My girlfriend is stubborn and can be downright cold, especially towards my daughter. So I run it by her and wow! I wasn't expecting her response. She is telling me that I'm choosing bio mom over her and refuses now to participate in any way with my daughter's birthday. This especially sucks because I need her help with the surprise we have planned for my daughter, and now I don't know what I'm going to do. There's absolutely no reason my girlfriend and I can't be in the same room as bio mom for a half hour so my daughter gets her one birthday wish. Bio mom will likely not show up, so why is my girlfriend acting this way? Her last text to me was, "I don't want anything to do with your spoiled brat daughter anymore, so leave me out of it." I want to be clear, I have so many reasons to hate bio mom, and I never ever wanted her to be at my daughter's party. But this is my daughter's wish, and I think I could put my feelings aside toward her to let my daughter have her wish. After all, she only turned 16 once. Am I the dingus? Oh, it's so refreshing to see a story where the father takes the side of the daughter and not the girlfriend. Because after that last text, I would dump the girlfriend. And especially how you said that how she's cold to your daughter. Yeah, I would get rid of that girlfriend. She doesn't like your daughter. So yeah. Would I be the dingus if I don't apologize for giving my children a Ouija board? Uh-oh. That's not good. My wife and I, both 37-year-old women, just so you know how to refer to me in the comments, have lovely twin girls 10 years old. This weekend, I was doing errands with one of the twins, Sammy. In one of the big chain stores we stopped in, I noticed a Ouija board on the shelves and sort of laughed, because I didn't think they sold those anymore. I pointed it out to Sammy and mentioned how I used to play Ouija all the times on sleepovers and how fun and spooky it was, especially around Halloween. Sammy thought this sounded awesome. Both girls like age-appropriate creepy stuff, and asked if she could get it for her and her sister to play with. It wasn't super expensive, so I agreed. Sammy was messing around with the box in the car on the way home and was carrying it under her arm on the driveway. Our neighbor, Mallory, in her 60s I believe, was on her porch and asked her what she had. Sammy showed her the box, and I thought that was that, but Mallory gestured me over as Sammy headed inside. She asked why on earth I bought that for my girls, and didn't I know I was opening up my home to dangerous spirits through such form of divination, etc. This honestly floored me. I knew Mallory and her husband were religious, but they've always been fairly chill, and seeing that they gave my wife and I a really nice housewarming present, I seem fairly modern as well. I just said something along the lines of, well, we don't see any harm in it, and she doubled down saying things like, you say that now, but you'll regret it later. And I cut her off by saying, sure, I'll regret it when one of the girls gets possessed, but right now, it's fine. And left saying, this convo's done. I'll see you later. When I recounted the story to my wife later, she thought it was absolutely hilarious. But then Mallory's husband texted saying I had upset her greatly. I do not think I need to apologize, but I would like to keep the peace. My wife says I need to do nothing, especially since we're not going to take the girls' game away. Would I be the dingus if I don't apologize? Edit. I don't know why I thought this wouldn't matter, but I don't believe in ghosts. I don't believe in the devil. Neither does my wife. We are raising our girls to be good, kind people, because we believe that this is how humans should be, not because some great what if in a book compels us to be. I want them to be smart. I want them to be loving. I'll eat a spotted lanternfly if the girls manage to talk to a ghost. I am 0.00000% worried about it bringing a Ouija board into my home. I was more upset when my brother gave them liquid slime with glitter. Do you know how tough that crap was to get out of the grout on the tiles on my kitchen? OP, I'm an atheist, and even I know not to mess with a Ouija board. Sounds like you and your significant other might be atheists as well, I don't know. But yeah, your neighbors were being kind of nosy. It's not their circus, it's not their monkeys, but I highly suggest being careful with that Ouija board. I've seen and heard stories, and I don't want to mess with that thing, personally. Am I the dingus for ditching my friend Friend's wedding. Hi guys, throwaway account so no one in real life finds this. Am I the dingus? Needing a bit of advice. I'm currently 13 weeks pregnant and honestly not doing good at all. I'm currently taking cyclozine for a horrible all-day sickness that just isn't letting up. I can't eat, I can't drink, and honestly, it's a challenge to leave bed most days. I'm in a hospital every 2 weeks for checks. I'm not sure if I might have HG, but it's currently a topic I'm in discussion with about my doctor. I think that's hyper or hypoglycemia or something. I have also just been diagnosed with PCOS, and I have been told to start taking blood thinning injections due to some other family history. A friend I grew up with asked me about a year ago to be a bridesmaid at her wedding. Of course, I said yes, but now that the wedding is fast approaching, I genuinely do not think I'm in any fit state to be getting up at 5 a.m. to be at a venue for 6 a.m. and then be a present bridesmaid all day. I would also like to jump in and add here that this friend hasn't checked in on me once. I haven't seen her since last year, and honestly, she has not shown one bit of interest in my life or pregnancy, no matter how hard I've tried to maintain a friendship with her. I voiced my concerns to said friend, who went on to guilt trip me, told me I was breaking her heart, that this was the worst thing anyone has ever done to her, etc. And she asked me why I couldn't just put on a brave face for pictures and sit with a bucket. It's just morning sickness, you gotta laugh, was her response. This friend has never been pregnant. I felt awful and hesitantly said okay, so paid the money to get my hair and makeup done and arranged to try my dress on again. My condition, however, has worsened since my last conversation with her, which has led me to having to do the hard thing and text her again to say I can't do it. This is where it gets messy. She completely went off on me, guilt-tripping me horrendously, making me feel like the worst person on the planet, as if I didn't already feel awful about this whole situation. I didn't choose to feel like this, and she is just not understanding. She said some really mean things to me, and I just don't think she understands that I'm genuinely, really ill. I would never even dream of making somebody feel like this. Am I the dingus? No way, Jose, OP. You don't need that friend in your life. She doesn't care about you. She doesn't care about anything. She's acting like a bridezilla. I don't know if it's bridezilla brain, but yeah, you are not the dingus. She is. I suggest just staying home, try and getting healthy for your baby, and yeah, you don't need to be around her. She's just not bringing any positivity into your life. So yeah, not the dingus, but put some boundaries up and probably go no contact with that friend. Looks like we've reached the end of today's video, but fret not, I'll be back tomorrow with more Reddit stories just for you. Want to get notified of the next video? Tap that bell icon. Want to subscribe? Tap the button. It's completely free. Anyways, that's it for today's video. Thank you for watching, and until next time, catch you later, my Chibi Dominators.